If you're interested in changing your gender, then you are considered a transgender person. That means you are either biologically a man who identifies as a woman, or a biologically born woman who self-identifies as a man. Some transgender people have expressed feeling uncomfortable with their biological body. For example, a biological woman wishing she didn't have breasts. Reading and hearing about the experience of transgender people might connect with you or help you understand your own internal feelings. Some transgender people have felt like they were transgender as far back as they can remember. Others started identifying as transgender later in life.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Crastinators podcast. An intimate, small session today with me, your favorite guy, the best guy ever, and Mumkey Jones.
Hey, finally an episode where I can actually say I respect all of the cast members of the podcast.
I wouldn't go that far myself. And also, Endless Jess is here.
The only episode where I can say I respect one member of the podcast.
Congratulations, Nate, you did it.
I did it, guys. I did it. Well, and that's it, everybody. That's it. Just the three of us today. Everybody else is off doing more important things, and we're left, in the trenches to carry the sinking ship as far as we can. I was
gonna say
so
we're the three
today,
amigos, but based on this topic, we might be the three amigas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
You're welcome.
And if you can tell from that extremely cryptic hint, we're talking about gender swapping today.
Whoa.
Gender
That's right.
swapping.
You can only refer to me as my new name on this episode, Estrogen Jess.
Oh,
New
shit.
identity.
Good. Good.
I'll be Mumket, I think is what we decided.
Yep, that's a good one. And I'm going to be best gal ever,
Yeah.
which is short for best gal Godot ever, because I identify as killing 2 Palestinian children in the Israeli Defense Force.
Yes.
There you go.
The one true meme has returned. The only good
The
meme
only
ever.
funny joke from that overly long, terrible Marvel DC podcast.
Yeah, but that one really hit. That one really fucking hit.
Munchie did it again.
Okay, well, let's fucking get into it, I guess. By the way,
Speaking
checked...
of Mumket, remember when the Alvin and the Chipmunks, they had the chimpettes? And they were like...
Yeah, I do. This is where we're
just
going.
the exasperated sigh when I mentioned the chimpettes. That's all
That's when
I
he
needed to
knows
say.
you've struck gold.
That's all you need to say about the chimpettes.
The only good thing about that film franchise was that Jason Lee played the main guy, and then in the second movie, he was like in the hospital the whole time. They wrote him out of the movie, but not for the first 10 minutes, and I don't know why they made that choice.
Maybe they just only had so much money to pay for his time.
Yeah, because Jason Lee is so fucking
the rest
expensive.
just-
The guy from My Name is Earl is a hot ticket in Hollywood.
No wonder they called it the Squeakquel, because without Jason Lee, it's just a tepid little fart of a movie. Squeaking through the butt cheeks of Hollywood's tight sphincter. Too tight to dish out that money for Jason Lee.
So, this topic is so shit that I could find nothing related to it on Urban Dictionary. Like, I tried searching, like, gender bending, gender swapping. Let's just read gender,
Isn't
all right?
it
We'll say gender.
Rule 63 is the internet rule about gender swapping.
That's true. That's true. Okay, let's see. Okay, Rule 63. All right, that works. Rule 63 is a rule of the internet that reads as follows: for any given male character, there is a female version of that character. This rule's exceptions are only in. Oh, this is fucking. Who gives a shit? But whatever. Only in the instance that A, the male character is already so androgynous that a female version would be basically the same, or B, the female version hasn't been drawn yet. Well, what? Why would you even write that? Just fucking. This is shit. This is terrible. This is absolute garbage. Hey, so the chimpettes, those Alvin and the Chipmunk girls.
Can we not?
They remind me. Well, what they remind me of is how incredibly hot female versions of characters that you already like are.
That's
you know?
what
I'm sure you
reminds
guys
you
agree.
of that?
Yeah, because yeah, it does.
Okay. I'll buy this premise.
That's
Keep
true.
going.
Wouldn't you say? I mean, like when I see female versions of Kamina, for example, I find that extremely arousing.
Oh yeah,
because it's
like
all
the girl
same
from
things.
that the cosplay girl who yelled at you. That's the hottest Kamina I've ever seen.
She's great, dude. 10 out of 10.
Great.
It's because you got all the great things about a character, but then you also can sex them now.
Yeah.
You know, which is just great. And it works the other way as well, I guess. Like if you've got a cool female character, that's nice. But when you gender swap them, like, you can project all the things you like about them from their, I guess, female version, and then also now they can drive well. Now they can. Got him.
I've got to say, when me and Mage did our Naru cast, she drew a picture of me as Naruto and her as Sasuke. So we have this female Sasuke. It's pretty much Sasuke with purple hair and tits. And like you're saying with the chimpettes, I jerked off to that picture Mage drew probably 30 times in one day. It makes the character so much hotter.
I agree. Well, okay.
That's the podcast, everyone. We'll be collecting our fat 3-person check now. Goodbye.
Yeah.
That's one facet thoroughly explored. This is what happens when you got 3 people. Okay, but here we go. There's another facet, and it's the personally gender swapping thing, right? So there's wanting to be the little girl, as it were.
The Digibro complex.
Yeah.
Which, can I say why Digi's not on this episode? Because I imagine a lot of people in the comments are angry that of this topic, of all topics, Digi should be here.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's what happened. So we said, hey, Digi, do you want to come on? He said, fuck you guys. Fuck the PCP. I'm too big for that shit. I have 300,000 subs now. You're all beneath me. And that's why he's not on.
Did he cross that? Did he get the 300,000 now?
By the time this is out, he probably will.
Okay. Well, Greg, congrats, Digi. Congrats.
The
Also, we
saddest
hope
applause.
Devu. I hope Devu would be here too, but he's busy as well. So this is what you're left with, folks. Enjoy.
The table scraps of the PCP.
So I want to be the little girl, and by that I mean I see a lot of perks. There's obviously some negatives, but I see a lot of perks in being a sexy girl. You know, I do have friends though. Because if I was a girl, you'd know I'd be a 10 out of 10 goddess. Of course, it's a given. It's a given.
It's just a mirror image of yourself, but with tits.
That's right. So there's a lot of good things about that. I guess I'm taking this literally. I'm taking this like real. Like if I was just suddenly a girl in society, there's a lot of good things about being a girl, but there's definitely some negatives. For example,
wait, time out. There's negatives to being a girl in society. I don't think that holds any water, Nate. Name one.
Well, I've got a friend who
okay, too
like,
far. Again, you're already saying crazy things.
I know. I've got a friend who's super hot, and she works in like customer service, and just like she was just telling me the other day, all the time people will come up to her, like, you know, men, and they will, you know, want to have sex with her. So what that manifests as...
What a tragic life she must live, being attractive.
Well, imagine if all the dregs of society kept coming up to you with the clear intention of wanting to fuck you, and it's like, cool, appreciate the compliment, but
not to get off on a gender dynamics tangent here.
I think it's unavoidable.
But I mean, what the hell else are we going to talk about on this shitty fucking topic? You know, I get that complaint of like why women would feel objectified and feel shitty if like just. Like you said, the dregs of society are always wanting to fuck them. But, like, from my point of view, it's the same thing, except the dregs of society always want to fight me. So what's really worse?
Well, like people's dads?
Yeah, like people's dads.
That's true. That's true.
Can we talk about that for a second? That Jess is trying to fight every dad on Earth?
Yeah, I'm making that I'm gonna make it a patron reward tier for a certain amount. I will fight your dad. I'll fly out. We'll have a real fight. It'll be on YouTube and everything.
You're gonna go to them. They don't even come to you.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a high reward tier because I'm gonna need a lot of money to pay for these endeavors. But it'll be worth it if I can go down in history as like the YouTube guy who fights dads. That's a good legacy.
This is great. Munchie goes out and captures them, you know, sets them up, and then you fight them. You know, he sets them up and you knock them down. There you go.
I think this is the first feature film in the PCP cinematic universe. Is that instead of Rocky, it's called Daddy, where Jess just beats up people's dads.
endless Jess versus the dads.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
instead of the kid catcher in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Munchie is the dad catcher.
Of course.
Is that a reference that's
by
lost
the way,
on this
I
generation?
did want to say about what you're saying here about the being annoyed by the dregs society, like being objectified. I mean, I'm sure that's annoying for women to be objectified by people, but even putting that aside, even if you're not objectified, I'm just saying, just the fact that people ever come up to you at all and try to talk to you, like, people are boring and they're gay. And I don't want to hear from them ever.
It's
so
the worst.
just on that level, like, there are definitely advantages to being women, but that's definitely something that would annoy me because as a man, no one in my life has ever approached me with any proposition of any kind. Nobody gives a fuck about me.
No,
which
as
is
a man, I
yeah.
constantly get approached with hostility and and mockery all day everywhere I go. Like, women complain about, like, catcalling, like, hey, you're hot and you're pretty and I want to fuck you. Like, yeah, that would be annoying. But, like, I walk outside every day and I also get people catcalling, except they're saying, like, hey, faggot, like, out of a moving car and, like, fuck you, buddy, screw you. And it's like, that's way worse.
Well, when you walk around in your brony t-shirts, Jesse, a little bit of that is to be expected.
I do not dress provocatively. I dress as, like, I try to, like, hide my strength as much as I can. I wear, like, overcoats like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Like, I hide my fucking shell when I go out.
Wearing
and a turtle mask.
Oh, that's why, dude.
I like that Nate is suggesting that Jess was asking for it based on what he was wearing.
That's exactly right.
Hey, how could you?
Fucking fascist.
Nate is that guy who's driving by in, like, cars with open windows going, hey, faggot, fuck you!
I got that horn that's...
Oh my god, it annoys me so much. It happens to me every time I go out. It's like, I really do dress, like, as normal as possible to try and avoid people looking at me. Like, I'll wear, like, a baseball cap and, like, just a regular t-shirt and jeans, and guys will, like, yell shit out. And, like, I get so mad when people fuck with me that, like, I will fucking go out into the middle of the street as they're, like, peeling away and, like Khal Drogo, like, stomping around, like, the Thraki must fucking, the fucking shocking! I'll fucking fight all of you! I'm, like, fighting random cars that have nothing to do with it. I'm jumping through other people's windows and, like, driving after them, and a whole chase breaks out. It's an adventure every time.
You know, that's interesting, Jesse, but I have to say, I have never been in any kind of serious fight in my life, nor have I ever even been close to that level. So I just wonder, do you think it might have something to do with your aura, or perhaps just the place you live? Perhaps that place is just more hostile than the world that I grew up in and exist in now.
I think I'm just too handsome and strong. People hate me for it. The world can't handle this.
You know, there was, in part 6 of JoJo, there was a particular stand called Survivor, and its unique ability was really shit. Nobody liked it, but its power was that it made everyone around it a little more on edge, just a little more pissed off than they were normally. And what happened was, like, during the part where, like, that thing was going around, like, everyone in this entire jail where the thing took place, they all started fighting because they were all just a little bit pissed off, and then someone did something, and then they all have a giant, massive fight, and it's a huge riot inside the jail. And, I think that might be you, my friend. You might have some sort of superpower here.
Yeah, I might. I definitely do. I definitely get people to a certain point somehow without doing anything.
Have you guys ever done any sort of drive-by cat call, either to a man or a woman, just yelling something at somebody on the street as you drive by?
No, I've never done anything like that, though I have done, numerous, like, more like approaches, and shit in my heyday.
I don't mean like hitting on somebody. Like the example I wanted to give was that back when I lived in Iowa, my friend Biggs, the only thing he would ever yell at people as we drove by them, they'll be walking on the sidewalk and he'll just yell, "Get a car!" And that's it. He just do it over and over again
to these lowly creatures.
Just
without,
to people. We don't know if they don't have a car. They're just fucking walking. So that's what I
guess. He strongly disapproves of this. Well, I've never catcalled anybody, I don't think. I feel ashamed. I should have catcalled somebody by now. I should do it. I should go out and say, "Hey, baby, give me that pussy,"
Yeah.
One of those.
Does it work?
One of those, yeah. I mean, of course. Why do men keep doing it? Because it gets results, right?
Clearly
I would
it
assume that's
works.
the case.
No, what you need is a wingman. So you got to drive, and you got to, like, be holding Action Giraffe out the other window, like, "Hey, baby, I got AIDS, but this guy doesn't over here," and then he points to you.
I look like a hero by comparison. I look like a real catch. That's true. That's true. Or just a guy to just to like be the guy in the dark alley where a lady turns down and like he's like, hey baby, I'm gonna get in that. I'm gonna get in that now. And she's like, no, please. And then I come in and I beat up my friend and then I take her home and we do the sex. That's a pretty solid
you
plan.
want to be like an alley man?
I want to be an alley man.
My goal in life is to be like the mugger at the beginning of the superhero movie who gets beat up by the hero first.
Yes.
Before he has to fight the supervillain.
Oh my God! You know what? That reminds me of this is sort of relevant to what we're talking about. One of the greatest moments in all of anime of all time is from it's called like something Nichijou. It's not Nichijou. It's like the high school boy version. It's got like a longer name. It's like Boys something Nichijou. Everyday Lives of High School Boys. So there's a moment in that fucking manga, or sorry, anime, where so like there's just like a bunch of dudes, like a bunch of Japanese high school kids are just hanging out in an alley, and they're just like they're like talking about like homework or like science, like they're being like responsible, mature students. And then all of a sudden, like a girl walks in, right? Like a girl walks in and she sees these three like slightly rough looking dudes hanging out at this alley. And she's just like, she steps down, she doesn't notice them. She sees them and she's like, oh, and they're just like, what are you doing here? And like, they're just like, hey, what's going on? Like, what's up? But she's like spooked just because she didn't know what she was walking into. Then all of a sudden, like another dude walks into the alley, like, and sees this situation. He sees like this girl spooked by three guys, and he says to it like he assesses the situation, and he's just like, I know what I have to fucking do. He steps up and he's like, hey, you three ruffians, quit hassling this lady. And all of a sudden, these three guys who were just like super willing, they were just gonna like help her get directions or like guide her out of there or whatever. They just look at each other and they know what they have to do. They're like, hey man, fuck off. We were going to play with that bitch. She was going to be ours. We were just going to have a little fun. And they all begin aggressing towards the guy. And so the guy is just like, yes, this is my chance. He proceeds to beat them up as they allow him to beat them all up. And they're just like, yes, this is what we have to do. They allow themselves to be beaten up. And then the lady is like, oh my God, thank you so much for saving me from those ruffians. As the dude like escorts her out like, haha, I'm the fucking hero. And the guys just get up, they nod at each other. They're like, yep, we did it, man. We were what society needed today.
That's really inspirational. I want to do that.
Isn't it?
I want to set up a fucking
heroes.
like a Slippin' Jimmy wingman scam where I
Yeah.
fucking pretend to be a rape boy. And if the plan goes wrong, I just accidentally end up raping the girl because the guy didn't get there in time. Where were you, man?
You gotta commit. You gotta commit.
You made me a bad boy.
Okay, so we've talking about how great it is to commit rape, but
Yeah.
let's talk a little bit more about how great it is to be raped.
Well, we need to backtrack, Nate, because we were listing all the negatives of being a woman and the things you would face, and we got
Right,
lost in
right.
the catcalling world. So what are
that's
the other
true.
Yeah.
disadvantages?
Okay, well, this is a real thing, right? Women
Is
are
it rape? Because
physically...
we just talked about that.
Well, not really, but like women are objectively, on the whole, not every single person, but they're generally weaker than men. So when you got a woman walking outside alone, and like you're just doing whatever, you're just walking home or whatever, and I feel the same fear. Whenever I'm walking out alone, I'm like, oh God, everyone's gonna fucking murder me. But when you see just like any person, there is a pretty good chance that they are stronger than you and could overpower you. There's at least a 50% chance, because, men or whatever. And if you know it's a man, then this guy could be you. So, like, in that situation, if you're, like, unprepared, you don't have anything to defend yourself with, like, that person could push your shit in if they wanted to. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't trust anyone ever. Whenever I see a cop, I assume he wants to kill me. I assume he wants me dead.
Oh, yeah,
So I will
cops
just do whatever the
definitely
fuck he... Yeah.
Are
And
all
it's-
serial killers.
like just as a cop has like infinitely or a more than enough advantage over me to kill me if he wants to because he has a gun, like to a woman most men just have that advantage because they generally are just stronger. They could take you down if they felt like it. So just like it's a little bit spooky, being a woman out there, just being out there doing whatever you want. So like my female friends will legitimately tell me like, and I've had some people I know have had some bad stories with this shit. They'll just be out walking and they're scared because they don't want to die. They don't want to get raped. They don't want bad shit to happen to them. So just on a physical level, that's a disadvantage. Not to mention the fact that, of course, women have a vagina, which is a desired thing by most men. So
Yeah.
like it's like a guy walking around has nothing to offer. Like there's no reason
Wait,
to like beat him
women
up.
have those? I've been looking in the wrong places.
Women, yeah. So like it's like women like have a diamond whenever they're walking outside that every man really wants. And like if a guy is pushed over the edge, he might go for it. You know, it just and I'm not trying to say men are demons or anything. It's just like I don't trust anyone. I have no faith that anyone will do the right thing at any point. And so I totally feel why women are spooked by this shit.
All right, Nate, I got the ultimate solution for this problem. If we become women, here's what we should do. It's a new invention. You might have heard of it. It's called the gun. You get one of these bad boys, and you're stronger than anybody else because then you just shoot them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I like
but
that you keep using the word spooked to describe women who are about to get raped. Like a
It's a
rapist jumps
supernatural
out and
paranormal monster.
they just do the standing in place Scooby-Doo run before they fucking like, pull off.
You're oversimplifying the spectrum of spook right now because it's really a spectrum. It's really a spectrum.
Jess, I got a question for you. We know you can beat up any dad on Earth. And on the subject of female physicality, I want to know, who wins in a fight? Endless Jess or Ronda Rousey?
I'm gonna have to say Endless Jess.
Whoa, bull fucking
what?
shit.
I'm surprised.
She
What's your case
would
there, dude?
fucking kill you.
Bullshit. Shut up. I'm
Oh,
so sick of that fucking like
It's true.
that any woman in any sport could beat any regular man ever. It's all bullshit. You take
yeah.
you take fucking the Black Widow from the Avengers and a regular fat guy from like a video store, and the guy from the video store will win every time. I hate movies. I hate fucking this just people just wanking themselves off about strong women. It's fake. There's no such thing. Fuck
mean,
Ronda
you can
Rousey.
You can take the world's
I'd
most
beat her up.
Take the world's most honorable Bushido woman. You know, she's got her katana. It has been folded 20,000 times, so she's 20 times stronger.
Jesus Christ.
And all I do is I say, I put on 250 pounds. I become a fat piece of shit. I say, hold my beer, bitch. and then I've won. I have defeated her. I have defeated her, yes.
Okay.
You know what pisses me off? Like if a guy did fight Ronda Rousey and he won, he'd get no credit. They just like dismiss it as beating a woman. But if he lost,
That's true.
He'd be even doubly mocked for it, like, oh, you lost to a woman. So which is it? Is she on an equal playing field or not?
Well,
I
and she
mean-
has a disadvantage, you know? There's a disadvantage. that
Nate, have
gotta
you
account
listened
for.
to Biggest Problem in the Universe? I know Jess has.
Only 7 episodes. I mean to finish it.
Was
Haven't gotten
was
that
there
far.
one of the episodes, or was this a different podcast where they talked about like a trans woman, so like a guy who becomes a
Oh, that
woman was
shit.
in
Yeah,
mixed
yeah.
martial arts and he like won a tournament and how that was bullshit. So is that kind of the same thing?
Yeah, it's related. It's like the
Yeah.
practical way to achieve this. Okay, so the
Yeah,
thing
the
about
practical
that
way
is,
to beat up women and still get credit for it.
Hey, wait a minute. Come to think of it, why am I fighting Ronda Rousey? The deal was that I would fight Ronda Rousey's decrepit father. That was my thing from the beginning.
Well, yeah, I mean, Frank, you probably have a bigger trouble with her father.
Jess
you know?
versus
It's-
Frank Rousey.
Well, okay, so on that topic, because I always thought that was interesting. So, okay, so like there's, what is, in fact, the difference between men and women physically, right? So there's a bunch of stuff. There's like hormones, the presence of testosterone.
More
which
like
is
the
helpful with building muscle.
hormones.
Oh, you nailed it, dude. You nailed it. There's like bone density differences. Obviously, there's like there's anatomical differences, right? That's real shit. That's real shit. So right now we know that we're not looking at the same thing. So if a man wants to compete with women and say that it's totally even, like he's got no advantages, like what we would say now, what they do now is like they have him go on like hormone therapy, right? To even the playing field. So they have him take estrogen and shit and don't take testosterone. I
Are you
guess maybe
talking
cut off his
about
balls.
the transgender AMA fighter or MMA fighter?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
don't think
I'm-
he goes on hormones to even the playing field. It's because he wants
No?
to get a woman's body. It doesn't have to do with his job.
Well, but if we were trying to make it fair, you would have to do something to address the real differences.
If
Just
we wanted to make
from
it fair,
birth.
we'd say you don't get to do this because you were born a man.
Okay, but there might be a way.
Go fight in the men's league.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. So at this point, we got a couple categories now. So you've got men who are just men. You got women who are just women. But then there's some clear gray area here. If you're gonna be transitioning or whatever, there's got to be a way to account for that difference.
Well,
like,
what it
there should be a tranny league. Maybe.
It works like Pokemon. There's 3 stages. Like you go from like a man into a trans woman, and then with the help of a thunderstone, you become just a woman.
That makes sense.
Why a thunderstone?
I don't know. Would a moonstone make more sense?
I think so.
A moonstone. Well, if you're trying to become a man,
yeah, you need the thunderstone
Whatever.
to become a man, so you can become Chad Thundercock.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Have you guys been seeing these memes, incidentally, recently that have been popping up of like how like the virgin stands versus how the Chad stands, or how they sit?
Yeah, as it
I think I
turns
posted
out,
one
I'm
in
a
the chat the
virgin.
other day. I don't know, whatever. I fucking love them. Chad is my hero. But anyway.
Oh, we'll get into that later when we talk about if we were women.
Oh yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. I don't know. That's been addressed, I guess. Oh, it's crazy, man. I don't know. Like we could talk about like so if you're actually transitioning from a man to woman, IRL, it's complex. You know, you would have to really restructure your whole fucking anatomy and like your bone structure, and you have to install a vagina, which I think they do now, at least to some degree.
Yeah, they do.
But Caitlyn Jenner still is a penis. Just throwing that out there. What do you think about that, Monkey? Where does that
think
put her on the...
that's none of your business. What Caitlyn Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner,
Okay.
Caitlyn
has
Jenner?
made. Yeah.
I just want to say though, what is my business is what pronoun I'm forced to use for someone. That if they're going to tell me I have to refer to someone some way, then it becomes my business what they are forcing me to do. And is it insensitive to say like, you know, if you're going to make me say he or she or whatever, like, let's see some documentation. Let's see some proof that, you know, I just don't like being forced to do something on the other person's word. Because I don't, as I've said, I'm consistent on this. I don't trust anyone. If you just look like a woman, if I saw Caitlyn Jenner on the street, would absolutely call her female because she looks that way. No problem with that at all. But if somebody who looks male comes up to me and just says, hey, call me she, call me whatever, then I don't think it's crazy to say like, okay, but why though? Like, what's the situation here, dude? What am I looking at here? What are we dealing with?
Here's an example of this that happened to me recently.
Okay.
As we've discussed in the previous couple episodes of this show, there was a recent the tranny Phantom Massacre.
Right.
The guy Randy Stair, who shot up the thing, he wanted to join Ember's Ghost Squad, but Randy was transgender. So my friend Bedhead Bernie, love him to death, but I think he made a tactical error on this. He wrote up a script about the whole thing, and I had to narrate it. And when he referred to Randy in the script, he would use they, them pronouns, which is very confusing because we're talking about one person. So the comments were it was a firestorm of who the fuck is they? And like, why are you respecting the preferred pronouns of a mass shooter? Like, why would you do that?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
And
I think a lot of... Okay, now finish your point.
Well, yeah, so, like, Bernie said he wanted to do it professionally because he's making all these videos for his portfolio so he can get into college and all this shit. But, like, in that case, fuck Randy Stair. Fuck their preferred pronouns. I don't care what you think you're. You think you're a fucking ghost. I don't give a shit. Randy's
like
a guy.
An ethical quandary, like
Yeah.
like how like it's our generation's crucible to decide like what bathrooms trans people should use. It's like our generation's crucible to decide, should you respect the pronouns of a killer?
You know what that reminds me of? Should you, like, not punch Nazis is another question on the table for our generation. That's a big thing happening right now. Okay, but that aside, you know, okay, just, I think, like, any trans activist or whatever, any person in the know would probably argue that, like, okay, yes, this guy is a bad person, you know, he killed people, it's objectively wrong, but, like, I think what they would say is, like, we should segregate to use the inappropriate word.
Separate but equal.
we should separate like a person's like gender identity from any crimes they commit, and we shouldn't lump in like their murderous tendency, mental illness shit with their gender fluidity or confusion. That's probably the case they would make. What do you think about that?
I think
I'm still thinking about Ronda Rousey and how much it annoys me when she comes on like a talk show and like Conan O'Brien or whatever, or like Jimmy Kimmel, whatever, like loser talk show host will like pretend to be like afraid of her, like, oh, Ronda Rousey's gonna beat me up. Like, come on, Conan, you're like 6'5". What are you doing?
Dude, all right, I was joking before, but Ronda Rousey would definitely beat your ass and would definitely beat most men's ass. Like, I was just kidding before. She would easily devastate any of us.
I don't care what anyone says.
She's a trained killer. She's a trained killer, dude. She will fucking kill you.
I'm a self-trained killer. I've been shadowboxing for 20 years like fucking old boy.
What the hell is shadowboxing?
I've been killing on the streets.
Training?
Fucking... Probably.
Like, Jess, I get that you're strong, but she knows how to fight.
If it works for old boy, it works for me. That's how I approach every situation in life.
You don't get a hammer in this fight.
You know... On this issue of gender identity, I did want to say, though, that...
Look, if I can't beat Ronda Rousey, then at least Conan O'Brien could definitely beat her. Conan O'Brien's like 10 feet tall.
He's like
Irish.
boy.
He's got that like
he's a little nerd.
He's got that Irish boxing stance from the 1920s.
Yeah, he does.
You can't step to that in an MMA ring. They outlawed that from MMA because it was too powerful.
Look, he is an untrained twink fuckboy. He would get his shit pushed in instantly.
Nobody on Earth is stronger than Conan O'Brien. He's my god and my deity.
We're working on Invader Zim logic right now. Like the tallest man is the most powerful. Has dominion over all he can lay his eyes on.
Wait, so Jeff would beat all of her asses then?
Yeah.
Is that why we kicked him out of PCP? Because he can kill all of us?
He was too much of a threat. He was too much of a threat.
He was too strong.
Okay, but I was going to say, about gender identity...
Can we get serious and talk about how we would fuck all the guys in high school if we were girls?
Yes, but in one sec, I just want to say about this, because
I really want to talk about that.
We will certainly get there.
Yeah.
I've been joking about this a lot, but I do actually feel like, okay, so gender is actually pretty crazy, and there's legitimately people out there who feel weird about it. I definitely think that like it's kind of a meme that people who wouldn't necessarily be into it are just like, yeah, that sounds fun. Let's get into it. I mean, I have no idea how rampant that is, but I'm sure that's there to some degree, just like any trend or craze would be. But on the just to address this, I feel like it's a little bit it's problematic. It's a little bit problematic that in English, I know, we don't have any real good way of addressing people that don't adhere to the binary of male or female. So I'm just saying, like, I feel for people, the fact that we have men and female bathrooms, that, that kind of sucks for people who are floating around somewhere in the middle. So I have legitimate sympathy for them. But here's my red pilling comes in. On a practical level, these people are the vast minority.
Yeah.
How much effort are we really going to put in to worrying about their specific concern? And I know in a perfect world, we would just, put like an extra bathroom for everybody. For everyone fucking gender identity there is, have an extra bathroom just for them so that everybody feels safe and at home. But practically... Can we really be doing this, guys? Can we really be fucking around with this?
I think the solution is that we don't need more bathrooms. We need one bathroom for everyone. It's fucking retarded that we have two bathrooms in the first place.
You're absolutely 100% right on that.
Think about it. When you were 3 years old, your mom would take you into the women's bathroom because you're too fucking young to go by yourself.
When
so
I
what's the
was
problem?
a young boy, my mother took me into the women's bathroom to take a mondo shit. Yeah, okay, all right.
I mean, I didn't get traumatized walking into the women's bathroom when I was 3, so, I mean, realistically, what's the worst that can happen?
Like everyone in the world, you live in a house with women, and you usually have one bathroom, and nobody gets raped, usually.
Why the fuck didn't I think of that before? The problem isn't that we don't have enough individual bathrooms to segregate everyone into. The problem is that we segregate them at all right now. That's the problem.
Exactly. You know, we should have co-ed everything. It worked in Starship Troopers.
It
you
did,
know,
man.
That's my other
Got
thing.
my first little baby boner to Starship Troopers,
that's
so
my
we know
other
it's good.
philosophy in life. If it doesn't work like it did in Old Boy, then it must work like it did in Starship Troopers.
Well, thank God we just solved this massive issue for everyone.
I mean, honestly, if I'm gonna rape somebody, it's not when they're taking a shit. It's probably when they're not taking a shit.
You know, I like the rape after the shit because, like, the passageway that I like to use has already been stretched a good way, so that works for me. That works for me.
Wait,
If
not
I'm gonna
everybody
rape
has
somebody-
liquid diarrhea every time they go to the bathroom? There's stretching
That's
involved?
lube, dude. That's
What
lubing
the
it up
fuck?
just the way I like it.
If I'm gonna rape somebody, it's gonna be jumping out in a monster mask in that Scooby-Doo hallway with all the doors, so that even if they try to fucking run away, they'll just come through the other door and I'll catch them.
Perfect. I've been studying those Scooby-Doo running in and out of doors chase sequences my whole life. I have cracked the code. I become the master of them, of these portals to different dimensions, and now I can catch anyone during them. All right, Mumkey, let's get into it. How much you want to fuck our male high school classmates?
So here's
You
my
lead the
problem.
charge. Lead
here's
the
my
charge.
problem with Digibro's approach. He wants to become a 6-year-old girl and then fuck himself.
Right.
Wait, I might not be as traditional as most, but even I'm thinking like, okay, Digi, you can do better than that. If I'm gonna become a girl, I want to be fucking Yamada from Yamada's First Time. I want to be a hot, buxom, blonde 15-year-old high school girl, and I'm gonna fuck.
Oh, I see.
Every single boy in school. I'm gonna get the reputation of the cock-sucking queen, my friends. I'm gonna go to fucking college parties when I'm 15 or 16. I'm gonna fuck seniors in college. Fuck it. I'm gonna fuck every chat. I want to know, because us as guys, we only get to feel sex from our point of view. Oh, yeah, I'm plunging my dick into your puss, whatever. But it looks like she's enjoying that a lot more than I am.
You know, I've always thought the same thing.
Yeah, what does it
I
feel
think it's
like?
better for them.
Of course it is.
I
Of course
think it
is.
definitely is. If the guy is, like, at all paying attention to what the girl wants, then yeah.
I need to know what
And,
sex feels like as a girl, and I need to abuse it by being one.
At the very least, it's definitely a different experience, and I would absolutely love to experience it at some point. You know?
I
hell
mean, think
yeah.
about
Totally
it.
down.
If you woke up, I mean, regardless of what gender you are now, if you woke up tomorrow morning just as the opposite gender, you could be like the only person in history who gets the true experience of both. You cannot squander that opportunity. This is for all of humanity to know this information. This is your responsibility to go out and fuck.
That was
'Cause,
my
like-
problem with Your Name. He wakes up and grabs his tits instead of rubbing that little clit bean all fucking day, baby.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I would definitely do that if I woke up in somebody else's body.
Absolutely.
Well,
Now, are we talking about gender switching or body
okay.
switching? Because if you wake up
Body
in
switching, yeah.
a different girl's body and you start, fiddling your diddle, is that rape?
I was just going to bring it down and be like, okay, guys, we got to talk about the whole respecting someone else's body. Okay, but
Yeah.
first of all, if you wake up and it's your body only female, then go hog wild, dude. Do whatever the
Hell
fuck you want to
yeah.
do. But
Hell
if,
yeah.
if you are in someone else's body and you know this, that raises some concerns. And I guess I would have to say, don't do it, man. I would have to say don't do it.
I don't think I could resist. If there's no way they're gonna find out, you better believe I'm doing it because it's a victimless crime.
That's true. Well, I mean that's entirely true, and I don't hate victimless crimes are as you said victimless, so it's not really a problem, right?
Yeah.
But like the objective, if you're going for what's objectively the most moral situation, I would have to say like really beyond like masturbation, like doing as little with that body as possible is like the objectively most moral thing you can do because it's not yours to use, really. It's not like.
Well, I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Lay there and poop your pants? If you're in someone's
yeah,
body,
yeah.
you're gonna have to see their pussy eventually. You're going to have to. You're gonna have to take care of it. You're
Yeah,
gonna.
that's
You
true.
know what? If you wake up in a woman's body. Some other woman, you wake up in her body, you have a responsibility to play with your pussy first thing because you've got to figure out like where the tampon goes. You got to figure out like how to wipe it when you pee. You got to know these things, okay? You can't just get to the bathroom and not know
Girls
and
have
spray
to
and
wipe?
spray fluids everywhere. I don't know. Maybe I assume they dab or at least or something. I don't know.
No,
You don't want to.
No idea, dude.
Yeah, girls only have one hole. They have the cloaca. Or
I'm just I'm like a spider.
Yeah, or like a chicken, right? They just have the one hole that spews out everything they don't need anymore, right? That's how I understand it.
These are the things we can
I don't
learn when
know.
we become women.
Yeah, because you know what? That really is. On the other hand, on a practical level, that really is something no one in history, like every guy in the world, like every woman in the world, has to like take every guy's word for it. Like what sex for him is like, what the orgasm is like. Like no one ever has crossed the boundary to experience the other side. For historical documentation, it would behoove you to get in there and do that shit, just so you can really say, like, okay, they're different in these ways, this is better in that way. It would be better for everyone. It would be a public service.
I like that
That's why you
Nate's
gotta do
taking a very scientific discovery approach, and I just want to fucking flick my bean.
I always got to come back to what's objectively right or true, because that's the way I like to operate.
Well, you know, if Nate's taking the scientific approach and Mumkey's taking the base animal physiology approach, then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the emotional approach, the spiritual approach, because you know we mentioned the movie Your Name recently. A couple minutes ago, which, you know, I did a review of that movie in my hit series, The Plebe and the Weeb, which comes out every week. Everyone loves it. It's
every
never
week.
late.
Yep.
Hold on.
The most consistent show on the internet, they call it. Not my words, it's everyone else's words.
Consistent in quality, maybe not upload schedule.
Yeah.
Every single week, you know, twice a week, Monday and Wednesday, every week, rain or shine. You know, the movie Your Name is like my dream scenario, because like you know, the guy wakes up in the girl's body, the girl wakes up in the guy's body. They wake up in each other's bodies, and because of it, they become lifelong friends. They become they form a genuine bond. They learn about each other, and it's just an unbreakable a union of love and friendship and camaraderie, and that's
they can't
beautiful
even
thing.
remember their names.
Well, don't
They
they?
remember the other shit though. Whatever.
Yeah,
it works out. It works out.
I think they figured it out at the end. I don't really remember.
Yeah, well, they just like find each other. We don't know if they become friends. All we know is he stopped her village from getting killed by a meteor.
You can see
Dude,
everything you need to know from the look they share at the end.
When you've been in another person's body, you've been taking those poops, you've been taking those peas. That's a bond for life. Nothing can break that.
I get my body back and like, dude, you wore this asshole out with all that pooping. Come on, save some for me, my dude. Save some for me. You know what? I like that approach, Jesse. What we really got here, we've really got a triforce of approaches here. We've got me, the triforce of wisdom, Mumkey, the triforce of courage, and Jesse with the triforce of power for sure.
Yeah.
Just feeling that shit out. Yeah.
Nate and Jess, if we can switch topics real quick, I want to hear your day in the life from wake up to go to bed if you are a girl and you're like a teenager.
Okay,
How
let me
many
go.
cocks do you suck in that day?
Well, okay.
Do we know that it's only for one day?
No, like this. You're a girl now, so what's the daily?
Oh, I'm just a girl.
The typical day in the life. But we should also do like you're only a girl for one day. What do you do with it? That'd be probably better.
Because like if I was a girl for one day, then you know I'm slutting it up as much as possible.
Hell yeah!
Of course, without a doubt.
Well, you know, I really have to wonder. I have to ask, because this is a variable that to me matters quite a bit in this situation. Am I waking up like in a random girl's body, or am I waking up in the body of a girl that I personally know?
It's gonna be like a girl version of you.
Oh, we're doing Rule 63
I'm just a girl now?
Yeah.
You got carte blanche to do whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, first thing I do is I'm figuring out, you know, how the clam works. You know, I'm getting down there with a microscope and a fucking like a magnifying glass, and I'm going, you know, how do I work this thing? How do I make a profit off of this thing? And then I go out into the world. And then I assume I just go out into the front lawn and go, "Hey world, I've got a vagina," and then I just get money and fame and attention and love.
That's
just
how it works. Pretty
showered
sure.
upon me for the rest of the day.
Your YouTube channel will have like an extra 100,000 subs.
Oh my god, that's the first thing I do. I'd make a fucking vlog with my tits out. Holy shit,
dude!
I'd be
you know
set
what you
for
do?
life.
You know what you do? You make a men's rights channel as a woman. That's what you do. That's how you fucking win the game.
That
Yep,
Patreon is gonna be $3,000 in the first day. Shoe on head, baby.
Just
That's
just
right.
Spend the entire day making nothing but like low-cut top vlogs, and then set them to come out on your YouTube channel like every couple of days for the rest of time, and then you can profit off that one gender swap day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's thinking.
And also you can finger your pussy between videos.
Yeah, and you butthole too. I mean, you can do that as a guy, but I mean that's totally gay.
Nah, but that's gay, dude.
Totally gay.
All right, so we can all agree it's not gay to get fucked if you're a girl, but what about kissing? Would you kiss a guy if you're a girl? I would absolutely not. No
I
way.
mean, okay, well, the thing about, like, female, like, sex in general is a lot of the gratification comes from pleasing the other person, right? So, like, if you're kissing the other person, or if you're, like, let's give a guy a blowj, you give him some blowj, like, what is enjoyable about that experience that a lot of women, like, because a lot of women legitimately do enjoy doing that, it's that they're making the other person feel good. So, like, for us in this situation, that's us, like, a guy who's now become a girl, like, what we're getting into right now is pleasing a guy, which is gay.
Care.
That's gay. Okay, well.
Super gay. I just want to get my pussy fucked. I don't care if he feels good.
Okay, well, in that case, yeah. I mean, in that case, it's whatever. In terms of kissing, though, you probably gotta. That's the thing that you do to ease into it, because like you can't, you really cannot just come up to a guy and say, "I want to fuck," because every guy will assume that you have an ulterior motive, or that you got something going on with you, like you're a weirdo, you got STDs, something's fucked up with you. You gotta pretend like you are into it for some bigger reason, which is true of men approaching women too.
I'm actually a guy. I'm in a woman's body. This is for science. We have to do this right now. And he'll be like, "My God, if it's for science,
he'll be into it.
This will behoove the human race. We have to do this."
That's a better case than just saying I just want to fuck, because I don't know.
Guys listening at home, if you ever wake up as a woman and you want to fuck, go to Nate and just say it's for science, and you'll be down.
Yeah, say it's for Starfleet.
I would definitely do that. I would without a doubt do it. If I knew that shit was true, of course.
Here's my problem with kissing a guy. If you close your eyes, you could probably pretend it's a girl, but if they got any facial hair, I don't want that itchy shit rubbing up against me while we're kissing. No way.
That's a tough one.
There's no way. I couldn't be horny. My pussy would be as dry as the Sahara Desert.
Okay, well, we got to address this fact. We got to address this fact. Like, have we become attracted to men through the gender swapping, or are we now?
I'm still me. I have my brain. I just have a girl's body.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how much of my brain has become girl, like.
No.
I
thought about this a lot.
Would boys still be gross to me? I assume they would.
Well, okay, you know what? This is going to make me sound 100% gay, but I've always had a sincere appreciation for the male form, you know?
Sure.
And I do think that if I was all of a sudden a girl, I could probably get myself into the headspace where if I find just like some really attractive guy, I would just enjoy being around him. Oh God, I'm fucking gay. I'm literally gay. I'm literally gay now.
I mean, don't you guys have a list of
it's over.
male celebrities who you would fuck right now as a guy? I do. If Jake Gyllenhaal came knocking on my door, I'd be gay with him for a night. Fuck it.
Yes,
man.
my list is Paul F. Tompkins and nobody else.
I would.
You love those mustaches.
Mine's mostly anime characters. I'd fuck Rance. I'd definitely fuck Rance. He wouldn't want to fuck me, but I'd fuck him if he wanted to.
I think if I were a girl, if I were in I had a girl body for a day, what I would do,
what am I saying?
I would wait until like 5 minutes to midnight, and then I would challenge Ronda Rousey to a fight. And she'd be beating me up because I'm a girl. Like, she'd think she had it in the bag, but then midnight strikes, I turn back into a strong boy, and I'm like, now I've got you where I want you. Ba-boom, ta-coom, ba-bang, bam, bam, ba-bam, and then I'm punching her, I'm throwing her, like, over the cage wall. I'm so strong now. My man strength is out of control, and I just I get the trophies. Puzzle. I get the trophies and the belts. I get all the MMA awards ever. Joe Rogan comes out and personally congratulates me. He puts his arm around me like, "How'd you do it?" And then in the second round, you turn into a guy and you really beat up that hack Ronda Rousey. And I'm like, "That's right, Rogan. I did it. Praise me." Bow.
You gotta get a Millennium Puzzle and pretend that you're Yugi transforming into Ami Yugi halfway through.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh man, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I've always had a fear though about this. That what if you just get lost track. You're just orgasming over and over. You're getting fucked by every Tom, Dick, and Harry up the block.
My biggest fear.
Well, it's that you transform back at midnight, right? But what if some dude is balls deep at that moment, and you transform, and now you got a dick permanently fused up inside your body, which is definitely gay.
You'd be like attached at the dick, like Siamese
That's
bros.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, isn't that the plot of the movie Stuck on You?
I hope so.
He got his
I'll
dick
put that on
stuck
the
inside his
to-watch list.
brother.
Is that true? How
Yeah,
true is that?
Dude, go watch that movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
with Matt Damon and Drillbit Taylor as the two brothers.
Was that Matt
Special-
Damon in that movie?
I don't know. It was
Special
some-
guest appearance by Ronda Rousey as the bitch who gets beat the fuck up by every
by the
average man.
by the two conjoined at the dick man. She thought she was fighting a woman, but midnight struck, and the woman turned into two conjoined at the dick men. One played by Matt Damon, and the other played by the character Drillbit Taylor, not Owen Wilson.
The most
shit,
powerful
it was Matt
creature
Damon.
in the
what
world.
What the fuck?
Wow.
I don't remember that being Matt Damon. That's crazy. I have to rewatch that shit. It actually has positive score on Rotten Tomatoes. What the hell?
Does it really? Fantastic.
Yeah, 61%. The other guy was Greg Kinnear. Don't know who that is.
I wonder what Bubble Boy has on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna look that up right now.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Who could forget Bubble Boy?
Fun fact, Bubble Boy is Zach Galifianakis' first movie. He plays the bus ticket guy.
That's fascinating. You know what I always loved? In the movie Juno, what's his name?
Michael Cera?
Not Michael Cera. It's
Juno?
neither of them. It's a bit character from the very beginning. The guy who played the nerd. Fuck, I can't remember his name from The
McLovin?
Office. The American, not McLovin. The American Office. You know what I'm talking about?
Ryan?
Not Ryan. Who's the fucking weirdo creep? Dwight. Of course, Dwight.
Oh.
The actor who plays Dwight is in the very beginning of that, and as fucking Juno's getting her pregnancy results, she's just standing at the counter. I guess she just pissed on in the bathroom and is looking at it. And he just says, "Your ego is prego," and
Okay.
it was the greatest line of all time.
It's pretty funny.
Love that. Pretty good, dude. Pretty good. Oh my God! Would you get pregnant as the girl, as the girl?
That's the fear. Because I want to slut it up for that day, but then,
Right.
am I pregnant as a man the next day? Are my eggs fertilized?
Oh my God!
What happens?
I always have that fear of spiders crawling in my ear at night and then laying eggs and filling my brain with eggs, and I am the spider boy under their control forever. Same situation,
Wait a minute.
Terrifying.
I think what would happen is if you got impregnated as a woman and then turned back into a boy, you would now have the fertilized egg inside you, but it would be
God.
in your dick or ball sack region. It would be in you, which means that you would be shooting out the fertilized egg. You could theoretically fuck a hole in the ground and grow children from soil.
I was hoping for a more what's that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he gets pregnant? Daddy Daycare? No, that's not the one. Junior. I think it was called Junior.
I believe it's called Terminator 2.
In case you were wondering, Bubble Boy has a score of 30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not bad.
Sorry, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Now 30% doesn't mean that it's only 30% good. 30% means that 30% of people gave it 10 out of 10, 100%.
Oh, really?
He
Is that how
ends
that
the
works?
movie by falling down Niagara Falls in a bubble.
Yeah,
How can you not like it?
I'm
pretty good.
definitely all 30 of those percent.
When I was a kid, I had 3 VHSs that me and my brother watched over and over again. We had Bubble Boy, we had Max Keeble's Big Move, and we had
Yeah.
Rat Race. 2 of the 3 we should not have been watching.
Rat Race is a masterpiece.
Hell yeah.
Fucking masterpiece.
We could do a whole episode on Rat Race.
Any movie
We
that
should.
ends with an actual Smash Mouth concert is a certified fucking masterpiece.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Get fucked, John Cleese.
Whoa.
There you go.
Is it
all
sad
right.
that my only exposure for the majority of my life to John Cleese was fucking Rat Race and not Monty
Is
Python
that
or
true?
anything?
Oh, no.
I didn't know he
that's
was in
sad.
anything else. I thought he was just the guy from Rat Race.
That is sad. Fucking good Monty Python. Good movie. Good Holy Grail. Upvoted. Top pick on Reddit.
Shut
okay.
the fuck up.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. I feel like we've exhausted this. Are we done? We got any closing points to make about this whole gender swapping thing?
So I guess if you wake up as a girl and you want to fuck, go fuck Nate and also carry a gun and don't try to fight Ronda Rousey. I think that's what we learned today.
Which you can do immediately when you change back. You can beat the shit out of her. Yeah.
Any man can beat Ronda Rousey.
Any woman who wakes up tomorrow as a man, the first thing you'd better do for science is go fight Ronda Rousey.
Shit, I felt like we didn't really talk enough. Maybe we should right now, just about the whole thing about being a woman turning into a guy. Like, what you can expect. What can your average woman expect when she wakes up as a guy the next day? Because we're gender inclusive here. We want to... I think get ready for all the attention, all that people giving a shit about you, gone.
Oh yeah,
it's gone. Don't expect any person to ever do anything for you ever again. Nobody gives a fuck about you.
Do not try online dating. You're not going to get any results at all.
That's correct. That's correct.
0 messages.
In
no matter
fact,
what.
don't leave the house because the world is a nightmare now. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Every woman becomes a man for one day, and like halfway through it, she's already like on all the MRA boards and all the like men going their own way boards. She's done. She can't take it anymore.
She hasn't had the years of training that we have to get to this point alive.
Be excited, women, when you go to work as a man, you'll get an automatic 30% raise.
I was going to say that, god damn it. Yep. 23 cents on the dollar, bam, in your pocket, day one. They're like, oh my god, we've made a huge mistake. We didn't realize you were a man all along.
Didn't realize you had a dick. Here's the extra cash.
That's how it works, folks. It's just that easy. That's why I really feel for the transitioning community from male to female. Just when they, it's
they
tough
can't
enough.
afford the surgery now.
It's tough enough, just going through the process of all that. But then when they just walk into work one day and they're like, my pay, oh no, 77 cents on the dollar. It sucks. They're sorry, dude. That's corporate policy. What can we do? That's just how it works.
Here's some
Obama
benefits.
wanted it. Mm-hmm.
Here's some benefits. Going pee. It's gonna be kind of fun now. You don't have to get your butt on that dirty toilet seat. You can like fucking. Sometimes in a restaurant or a bar, they'll put a little fly sticker in the urinal, so you can try to aim at that. And that's kind of fun.
What else we got?
Sometimes you get to go
off
pee.
is easier now.
Yeah, you get to go pee in a trough sometimes with like all your buddies.
Terrible.
Put your arms around each other and like sing songs while you do it and sway back and forth.
That's fun.
I don't know if that's a positive.
You get to hold each other's dicks. That's what we do at the old trough.
Yep. If you jerk off in the shower, you can like see how far you can shoot your cum and mark it with a Sharpie and see if you can beat your last record.
The projectile cum thing, that's a big one.
Yep.
That's a big one. What else we got?
What other benefits are there to being a man in American society today other than having a dick?
This is a big one. You can be fat and Nate won't hate you intensely immediately. That's a good one. That's
pretty good. Yeah, no joke though. Like fat women, they have it way worse than fat men, and that is kind of shitty.
Sure. Though, on the one hand, like that's kind of true, but like women, okay, like what does it matter if you're an unattractive woman? Because I mean it does to some degree because it's all about like whatever being attractive or whatever. So like you want to fuck somebody, right? You want to catch yourself a high quality man, but there are tons of men who will still fuck you even if you're fat.
Yeah.
But if you're a fat guy, I would say that it's harder.
Well,
I would say that it's harder.
There's tons of fat guys who have hot female wives. There's Peter Griffin. There's Homer Simpson. There's lots of guys
King
like
of Queens.
Yeah, don't forget King of Queens.
The
greatest man who ever lived, King of Queens.
Kevin James. I don't know what his name was in the show.
You know what it really is? It's that women are, because men are visual creatures, like our appreciation of women has more to do with their physicality than a woman's attraction to a man, which is more about personality and confidence and shit.
Yeah, we're all shallow.
Yeah, I guess in that way, yeah, you can be. If you're a woman, you can be fat now and it won't be as big a deal. Yeah, it's true. That's true. What the fuck else you got? You will be expected. Here's a negative. You will be expected to carry shit for people who are smaller than you, or all women, You'll be expected to carry their shit now, if or hold doors. I mean that's less prevalent these days. Oh my God, you will now have to deal with the nightmare of feminism in general, hating you in every way. So that sucks.
You can be elected president no matter what you say over a woman.
You can grab pussy freely now. You are it's the door carte blanche for grabbing pussy, as we've learned.
I think that's
else?
about it. I can't think of any other benefits of being a man.
Yeah, me neither, dude. Oh, you can have sex without personally getting pregnant. So that's a nice one. You don't have to worry about that at all anymore. You might still get STDs, but you will not be the one who gets knocked up for months or have to deal with the whole
You will
abortion
be
thing.
the one who knocks.
Yes. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, wait, I forgot the most important one. You can now become a Catholic priest. That's checkbox.
Oh,
Got that one.
shit.
You can now be in God's corner. That's a good
Shots fired. Nate versus the Catholic Church. Look out.
one. Not a fan. Not a fan. Oh, wait. Oh, you can now move to Saudi Arabia and drive. You can now drive in Saudi Arabia. I forgot about that.
You can now move to
man.
Saudi Arabia and not wear a fucking scarf on your
Yep.
head in the
Well,
desert
I mean,
heat.
That's a... I mean, we're down with the hijab now. That's a feminist icon thing now. So
It is.
Yeah.
Why?
it's
Why
very
the fuck?
it's very confusing. I don't know. All right,
You know,
I think that's it.
YouTube is lucky that they banned me from uploading on my main account for 2 weeks because I got this Monkeys Declassified Sharia Law Survival Guide video
Yeah.
cooking up, and I'm gonna
I'm
take the
looking forward
internet
to
by
it.
storm.
Here's hoping for 10 billion views and a glorious new caliphate in the West.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. All right, let's go to the questions already. Let's let me do the search thing. Okay, hashtag ask PCP. By the way, you guys can feel free to do this as well if you want. I know Mumkey does sometimes.
Yeah, you tagged me in the tweet, so now I'm getting all these notifications. So thanks for that.
good. You're anytime, dude.
Okay, here's a question from Shade. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this guy.
Nope.
A little known guy. He wants to know, why does Jess hate spiders so much?
Oh,
Jess?
wasn't I tweeting about this morning or something?
That's probably why he's asking.
Oh, these people are so fucking unoriginal and reactionary, you know, just because
That was
I've...
Shade.
Who?
Fuck Shade.
Was
That's
Shade-
Digi's little brother.
Shade like Digi's
MC
brother?
Shadu.
Yeah, that's MZ Shady. This must be a different Shade.
Oh. How many
Us-
shades are there?
I don't know.
50 Shades of Grey, you could say.
I hate
Come on, Jess, don't
spiders
keep me
because
waiting.
spiders
Yeah.
are fucking ugly. They're monstrous. They're hideous. They're gay. They're cretins. They're scum. They have no fucking backbones, literally and figuratively. They're weak. And you know, people say they're not dangerous, but that doesn't mean they're not evil. If you know, you take the smallest, most harmless spider, if it were bigger, if it were big enough to eat you, it would. So, you know, spiders are evil and they're ugly. They've got too many eyes and too many legs. They've got tiny little hairs, and they crawl on you, they get on you, they get in your hair, they spin webs, the webs are gross. And do I really even need to justify this? Fuck spiders. You know what? Even Ronda Rousey could beat a spider. That's how much I don't respect spiders.
All right, people always make the case that, like, yeah, but spiders eat other bugs. They eat mosquitoes and they eat flies and they eat other shit. I'll just kill them myself.
Yeah.
I'll just kill them myself.
Yeah,
so
what kind of defense is that? They're worse than the things they eat. I would rather
Yeah.
have a mosquito on me than a spider.
you know what? That's actually a tough one because I hate mosquitoes so much. I hate them more than spiders, for sure. I want every mosquito in the fucking world destroyed. They are going to kill us one day. Mosquitoes are going to be the downfall of humanity because they're gonna suck blood out of some fucking super AIDS boys. They're gonna transport it all over the fucking world. I don't care if they revive the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. I don't care. That's not good enough. That's the only thing that a mosquito has ever done that was even a slight positive. They're evil. I fucking hate mosquitoes. So I'm on Team Spider, I guess. Fuck
Hell
mosquitoes.
I respect mosquitoes a little bit more because when a mosquito lands on you, like, yeah, it's annoying, but you only have to feel it landing on you. When a spider lands on you, you have to feel every leg crawling up you slowly.
God.
Like it's just touching you 1,000 times as opposed to a mosquito, which touches you once.
I mean,
I'll say
that's true.
touching a spider web is worse than touching any of these things. I'd rather fucking die than walk through the forest and get a big spider web in my face. And if there's bugs in there, then you're even more fucked.
Well, the only reason that I get freaked out by that because of the presence of the bugs in the spider web.
No.
But I guess that's kind of your point. So yeah, it's pretty shit. Like I freak out because I'm like assume there's a spider on me now. So really the problem is the spider.
Yeah.
Spider webs
I just
are
think
cool.
the spider, the web itself feels all silky and gross and sticky on your face. And I just wanted to walk through the woods and peek on this bathhouse over there. And now I got to worry about this shit.
And all the spider fags are always like, oh, spider silk is 1,000 times stronger than steel. Then how come I destroy it effortlly with every fucking strike?
On accident.
Checkmate, motherfuckers. There you go.
Fuck all spiders. Fuck that slut Charlotte. Fuck that,
Yeah.
fuck that French bitch in James and the Giant Peach. I don't even care if I don't care how sexy her face is. The rest of her is an abomination.
Yo, you know who's hot? Rockanera from Monster Musume. She's the best girl. She's fucking. I would sex.
The
that
only
woman.
good
She's-
spider is Spider-Man, and the good part of him ain't the spider part. It's the man part.
It's the man.
The
man
muscles
inside
and
spider.
the dong.
Spider dong. No, that's
All right, Jess and
another
Nate,
question. Yeah.
I got another question for you. I'm glad
Okay,
you two
okay.
are here because you two are the PCP experts on this subject. Mark Morello wants to know, what is the bare minimum age to count as sex with the young?
the minimum age.
It's
Yeah.
not an age.
There is no
man.
minimum.
It's a state of mind.
That's true. Like when you
Okay.
got your choice ass, 45-year-old MILF. If you got her dressed up in her baby bib and her diaper, that, my friend, is some old
That is
school
the-
sex with the young.
That
right
is
there.
the official fucking the non-incriminating stance. It's all in the mind. Just like
What
my
about
hero.
an older person who is retarded? Does that count?
Yeah, that'll count. You
Yeah,
know,
that's-
if
They have
they
the mind
act
of a
like a baby,
12-year-old.
if they look like a baby and they act like a baby and they smell like a baby, then it's sex with the young.
Just like
Yeah.
my hero, Chop Chop Master Onion said.
Yeah.
Sex with the young is all in the mind.
What a hero.
My hero. I've got a question here. From Theo at Pterodactyl says, should entertainers bring their girlfriends along for the ride?
No.
Well, what do you guys think about
Absolutely
this? No?
not.
And that might seem hypocritical coming from me, but here's the thing. I gave her her own channel. And I only put her on my channel when I need a woman and she's the closest one near me. I'm not bringing her along for any ride. I'm giving her her own platform on Sheepover. Go check it out. Gonna post a link down in the comments.
Hey,
Great
all
stuff.
I'm saying is you ain't gonna give your girlfriend a ride. I'll give her a ride. I'll give her a ride. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Hey,
saying, my
baby.
dude? Nah, yeah, I pretty much think that's totally appropriate. Yeah, if you're already doing something and you're just trying to like the whole Yoko Ono situation is like the classic one. You don't just insert your bitch into like the thing that's already going on. If you want to make
No.
something new, like what Ben's doing with his new channel with his girlfriend, that's A-okay. That's perfect. That's exactly the right thing to do. If you got two creative people and they want to be doing stuff, just don't fuck up the shit that's already there.
I
the
will
only time-
defend my use of girls in my videos thusly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I need to go outside and I need a cameraman. I need someone to film me. That's the first reason. And the
you
second
know,
thing is
yeah.
that when I do like stuff like my panel cast, my girl is she knows about comics, so I
She sure
keep her
does.
where she belongs on a thing that is in her field.
I assumed that she was not going to be any kind of expert when you first started the panel cast and said she was going to be on. I was like, oh boy, here we go. But then she was like more knowledgeable than you in some ways, and that was she's a solid asset.
She's reasonably vital to that endeavor.
And I was just going to clarify, the only time you're going to see a girlfriend on my main Mumkey channel is when I need a woman to be used as a prop. That's all she is to me, is a fucking prop.
Excellent. And to what Jesse was saying, I hate that I have to make all my shit by myself, like, because I always want to do live action stuff, and it's really fucking annoying. And I've adapted, so it's not a big deal now. But God, I would fucking love to do more live action shit. Like your fucking Zelda video, Jesse, which I assumed you filled with floozy all over the place.
Yeah.
It was great. It was awesome. If I had a person around to do that with, I
And
totally
also,
would.
goddamn, our Let's Plays just a whole lot easier to make when you've got someone to bounce off of and conversate
Yeah.
with. You know what? In fact, I take back my whole stance. You should always have a second person in your
boy.
videos. Put all your girlfriends, all your boyfriends, all your friends in there. Put your whole family in your videos. Make a whole production out of it. That's how you get the real good content. That's how you get the YouTube success and the YouTube bucks. You got to have a bunch of people working for you for nothing, for peanuts. Yeah, you trick them into it with relationships. That's what all a relationship is for.
That's right.
You seduce someone into helping you work. There you
The
go.
main issue people have is when, like with the Beatles, you get your girlfriend in there, and then, like Nate was saying, they completely change the content. Like, for example, with AVGN, he got his wife involved as a producer on the movie, and then the movie ends with, like, the other guy getting the girl for no reason.
Yeah, it should have been fucking James, right? Why the fuck didn't he fuck that bitch.
The girl didn't even talk to the black guy the whole movie, and then they're kissing at the end.
The movie should not have had the girl or the black guy at all. They were totally worthless characters.
That's a given.
I did not see it, but I mean, for all we know, I mean, I don't know shit about these guys or about the production of the movie, but like from what I've heard, it sounds like Mumkey was saying, the wifey here, she had some input. She had some she made some changes along the way, and who the fuck knows exactly how drastic those were, what they were at some point. Yeah, you really, if you're a creator, do not and it's kind of inevitable because like whatever people you hang around are going to change the way you think. Like your friends to some degree define how you think and like what do you think is acceptable.
That's why we're all so angry all the time.
That's right.
Just talk to PCP guys all day.
It's fucking worst. It's the
if you're just like some dude from the Midwest or whatever, and you move to California, like you're gonna adopt that mindset over some. It's gonna happen. Like Tim Heidecker, I think is kind of an example of that. He's just getting more and more. He moved to Hollywood, and he's just getting more and more. Liberal, and yeah, I don't really begrudge him. I disagree with him on some of his points, but that's fine. But you can see his mind changing. You can see those changes happening, and like the thing with Yoko was like she actually wasn't really, as far as I know, I'm no expert on this, but she wasn't like forced into like the Beatles or anything. It's not like Lennon was trying to bring her in to like change the Beatles, but what she definitely did was change John himself, and so like he. And, like, it's hard to say, like, what are you going to do? Like, tell your friend to, like, break up with his girlfriend?
She changed him from a serial wife-beater into a guy who respected his spouse. What a fucking bitch. How could she do that?
That was a big problem.
Hey, if it ruins the music, then it's a terrible thing on the face of mankind.
Yeah. Can't disagree with you there. But, Yoko Ono makes some good stuff, dude. I loved her layest album, which I believe was called, like... Do you ever listen to her perform live? She's a fucking nightmare. But anyway,
it really grinds my gears. When it's just really gratuitous and transparent, how like guys will be like, "Oh, this is my show, and here's my girlfriend now," and it's like it's almost like they're using her as like a sports car or a trophy to like show off.
Dude, not to
I can have sex with girls. I got a hot girl.
To some degree, there's always going to be a little bit of bullshit. Like, if you get a girlfriend and for whatever reason you're talking about something where it's relevant, and even when you do that little mention because it's pertinent to what you're talking about, there's going to be some people who are like, oh, here we go. He's shoving in the whole girlfriend thing.
Yeah, I guess
to some degree, it's unavoidable.
That's the takeaway. Just keep it relevant. Don't be gratuitous and transparent and gay with it. Don't be gay in general. If you've got, nobody wants to be that couple. Just don't do it.
You know what this reminds me of? Did you guys ever see, probably not, fucking Jeff's videos where he started having his girlfriend wear his merch and shit? I'm just saying, that's, he was playing it off as a joke, but still.
I've never watched a Jeff video ever. And I think
you gotta take the monkey approach. Only put your girlfriend in the video if the whole joke is that you're abusing her and that she's too stupid to think of groceries.
That really is like the funny way to go. Like nobody's if you're a comedy boy, nobody's laughing if you're showing off your girlfriend just showing her off. Like that's not funny, and people are be like, "What the fuck? You're wasting my time bragging about the shit." So yeah, you got to make it funny like Mumkey did, which was great. The wife abuse thing was wonderful. Okay, here's another question. At Greg Barry Ant asks, how do you keep yourselves motivated enough to work for more than a few hours without taking a break? I constantly get distracted. And this is a question that, it's really funny to me, this question, like motivation questions. When I was young, I had such a hard time focusing, and I was never able to like concentrate very long on anything. And even when I was in college and like I was starting to do things that I sort of liked, which was game design, like even then I found it agonizing to like force myself to like, oh fuck, okay, I'll try to do like a puzzle design today or whatever, or like program this thing. So like things were getting a little better. But what I found is like I didn't level up or increase my skill at this at all. The only thing I ever did to get better at this was just find things that I inherently liked doing. I basically cheated the system. I just kept looking around until I just found out, like, you know what? I fucking love making videos. And like during the T-Bap days when me and Ben would just like bust one out every week and they were pretty fucking great. Like it was so easy to just do that because I really wanted to do it. So unfortunately, I don't have any practical advice for this, but I would say just find something that you actually like doing. And maybe it's just like a variation on what you're trying to do now. That's all I got. Maybe you guys have some more useful answers to this. How do you stay motivated?
What was the question? I wasn't paying attention.
It was basically like, how do you stay motivated without fucking getting distracted or taking a break?
Oh shit! I'm the wrong fucking guy to answer that one.
I think what helps me is that I am a bit of a fame whore, and the whole time I'm thinking, oh man, if I put this up, it's gonna get seen by at least 5,000 people, baby. Gotta get this sucker out. But if you're like an up and comer and you have no audience, I can imagine it's very hard to be motivated to work because you feel like you're doing all this work for literally nobody because nobody's watching. So if that's this guy's case, which I don't know who he is, if that's your case, I can't help you. I have no idea what you can do.
Well, I think keep your eye on the prize is what you're saying, right? You just imagine, even if you're not like immediately getting, I guess what you're talking about, like instant gratification, where like you put it up, bam, 5,000 people see it, feels good. You get those responses, get those upvotes. It's nice. Like
get those downvotes
something.
if you're doing a podcast with Cy, which feels better than an upvote because that means it's not that they're supporting me with a little click; it's that they're going against Cy with a click, which feels much better.
You know what I would say? I would just say like, you just gotta value what you're doing. Like when I started like my current channel, Best Guy Ever, like the Gurren Lagann videos, like literally 6 months each to make them. Or no, the first one was 3 months, second one was 6 months.
Holy
and like
shit.
at the time they got like way fewer views than they deserve. And now that I'm like growing a little bit, they're starting to get more views. They're like basically 100,000 views, which is like a healthy amount of views for like a lifetime video. So I'm more happy with that.
Yeah.
But at the time, like what kept me going at the time was just how much I needed to complete this project. The project itself is what made me want to keep going, and I felt there was an inherent value, a need that was served by me creating this thing, and I feel like it did that, and I feel like that's why people like it. So like at later on, you can just do it for the views and for the clicks, but at the very beginning at least, you have to have some sort of artistic vision, which I would recommend going for something like that. I don't know, that's work for me, but I'm sorry, I totally cut Jesse off.
I never really feel like unmotivated. I think in terms of motivation, I'm always like, yeah, I'm gonna do what I want to do because I'm cool and that's what I do. But I definitely do get distracted a lot. I always am working on like a dozen things at once. I've always got a bunch of Vegas windows open, and there's always like a new episode of a show that I want to watch or like a podcast,
Right.
and then once you start watching something, you fall into a hole and you start watching. You just fall into like a YouTube hole, or like you lay down on the couch. Once you're on the couch, it's fucking over. The day is
Done. For sure.
That's a trap. So it's hard to stay focused sometimes. So a couple months ago, I tried Adderall for the first time.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That worked out.
Yeah, like, and I was sold it like, oh, this is a drug. It's not for you. It's illegal that I'm selling you this. It's you should be taking this, but it'll make you like super focused and super into your work. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And I took one, and like it definitely worked. But like the thing is, it didn't feel like I've achieved like a different state. It felt like maybe I'm supposed to be on Adderall. Maybe this is how I'm supposed to be working. So that's my advice: is just take Adderall.
Take Adderall.
Yeah.
I mean, Nate, you're laughing, but I'd back up that recommendation. I took Adderall once in high school, and I was in pre-calc, and I couldn't figure out this fucking pre-calc shit. I took one Adderall, and I taught myself that whole chapter in less than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Is that true? Is that actually true?
I could feel like my brain was a fucking locomotive. I could feel the engine of the train revving in my brain. I could physically feel it.
No,
and it,
dude,
it felt great.
I laugh just because it's funny, but no, I'm totally on board for any of these kind of like treating the human body as like an engineering problem to be solved with like fixes or drugs or like.
Yeah, man.
But
you start speed forcing and burst linking. You can like. You can do anything when you're on Adderall. It's a miracle drug. We've done so many episodes of this show like giving advice to up and coming like aspiring creators who look up to us, but all our advice was wrong. The only advice that matters, if you take anything from this podcast, just take Adderall.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't wholeheartedly agree is because I'm engineering focused. If the Adderall perhaps introduces other issues, for example, just one that's possible is if taking Adderall gives you this high of ability to create stuff, then there will follow, of course, a subsequent low where you're off of it. And will that make you like unable to function without it at that point? Or like, I know I'm not being fun. I'm being serious right now, but like,
Well, luckily
you know,
I didn't
that's
take
the
it
thing.
enough to get addicted.
Yeah, luckily
If
I'm
it's
so
possible to just be on, if it's
luckily
possible
I'm
to just
so
take Adderall.
poor, I can only afford like 2 pills a month. So
Yeah.
Well, that's good. If it's possible to, like, for everyone to be on Adderall all the time and literally all it does is make everyone better at everything, then I would be 100% on board. But, yeah, just gotta watch out for those consequences. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, I mean, like, every time I write a script or record a Let's Play, I'm drinking. Am I going to be dependent on drinking? Probably. But do
Maybe.
I care? No. I
Well,
don't care.
I mean, if you don't care, that's fine.
I'll just keep drinking. I mean, Rolling Rock, I got it because I was like, oh, AVGN, he's pretty
AVGN,
funny.
yeah.
Maybe this is Magic Funny Juice. And it actually tastes exactly like water, but has all the benefits of alcohol. So I endorse Rolling Rock. If you can't afford Adderall, go get some Rolling Rock. It's great.
Nah,
and if
get
you
some-
can
get some-
afford them both, then yes, definitely mix them. Mix as much. Mix
Just grab everything from
just-
from Daddy's medicine cabinet,
ju-
throw it all in a big
just,
tincture,
Just mix
and mix it up.
depressants and narcotics together all fucking day.
Don't do that. Don't die.
If you're going to die, at least pledge to our Patreons before you do.
That's smart. That's smart. Just be responsible with your money. Invest in your future. All right. So there you go. That's that. Is there any other decent questions here? Let me see. Oh my God. Here's one. Okay, this is actually very personal to me. At Mozilla Fennekin, hey dude, what's going on? Asks, what are good ingredients to put in oatmeal?
Oh,
I'm
shit.
trying to become more of a healthy boy. Dude, I eat oatmeal every breakfast of my fucking life. I am a fucking oatmeal expert, and I know exactly what you need to put in your oatmeal to make it delicious. Okay, here's what I'm doing right now. I'm so excited he asked this question. Yes, I'm all about oatmeal. Okay, you get yourself a big bowl of you get the big thing from Quaker Oats, the old-fashioned oats. You pour a fucking cup into a bowl, and here's what you do: you put frozen strawberries from the grocery store. You just pour a fucking fuckload of those in there. You cover that thing. You want to have a lot because it's gonna be the taste is dependent on those. You just cover that thing with water. You pour the strawberries. Pour water. It doesn't matter how much. Just put a bunch. Experiment till you get the right amount. Maybe do a cup or whatever. The strawberries have water in them already. And then you just microwave that. You do that for 2 minutes. You stir it up. You put it back in and do another 2 minutes. And then bam, you got perfect oatmeal. Now, if you are a weak boy, what you can do is you can just put some sugar in. I would recommend like 1 tablespoon of sugar. That might be a little bit too much, but something like that. And then you just mix it up, and bam, that's immediately delicious and perfect. If you want to be an even more of a madman, what you can do is you can put brown sugar in and butter. You could just put brown sugar and butter if you don't care about, like, it's going to be more fatty this way, more calories and shit. Brown sugar, butter, do all the same steps, just don't put in the strawberries, or you can put the strawberries if you fucking want to, I guess. That'd be fine too. Bam, there you go. That's perfect. That's all you need to know, folks. That's the best way to eat oatmeal. I do it every single day of my goddamn life, the strawberry one, and there you go. There's your solution. There you go. All right, we're done. Do you guys have any oatmeal suggestions?
No.
The kind with the little dinosaur eggs in it.
Yeah, that's really fuck what I said. Just get the dinosaur eggs. Okay, we're done. No more good questions.
Oh, thank God.
Esperta questions. Yeah, everyone's.
I gotta
garbage
piss
at
out all this Rolling Rock I've been drinking the whole time.
Wait, what is this? No, this is a shitty question. No, okay, I'm gonna ask this last question. At ArtMark88 asks about the Wonder Woman film. Do you think the Ares reveal should have been an end credit scene?
No, it shouldn't have been in it
Why?
at all.
Yeah,
It was terrible.
Well, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, we already talked about this in the last episode, didn't we?
Did we talk about this? Fucking, I don't know. Okay, fuck that. I don't know why I felt like answering that. All right, forget it. Abort question. Mark, you're dead to me. Okay, here we go. We're all done. Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure you send us more questions or follow or fucking do the thing at TP Crastinators on Twitter and use hashtag AskPCP to get your questions answered here. And subscribe to the YouTube channel, of course, which you're probably already watching. And pledge to our Patreon, patreon.com/theprocrastinators to get all the fucking bonus episodes.
You get
I think
into
there's
the
3 now.
secret patron Discord where, like, everybody, all the PCP guys are in there, and, like, even just today, Jess was offering to beat up people's dads. If you want
That's
your
right.
dad beat up,
Yeah,
possibly from Discord, throw in a buck or two.
Those people, they contributed to the podcast.
And if your
just by
dad is
fucking
Ronda
saying
Rousey,
shit.
you get in the Discord free because I really want to crack at that dad.
If your dad is Ronda Rousey. So if Ronda Rousey wants to
That's
be
not
in the
what he said,
Discord,
is it?
she's in for free. All right, Rhonda, you're in, buddy. Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah. I'm supposed to be working right now. I'm supposed to